In the news tonight, His Majesty the King says Syrians must prioritize their country's interests in the coming phase. His Majesty stresses that the first step to reach comprehensive regional calm is to end the Israeli war on Gaza. And Israeli forces commit 3 massacres in Gaza, killing 30 Palestinians and injuring 99 others in the past 24 hours. Good evening. His Majesty King Abdullah said Syrians must prioritize their country's interests in the coming phase, reaffirming that Jordan respects their choices. In a phone call with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, His Majesty highlighted the importance of preserving Syria's security, stability, and institutions. The King also stressed the need to step up international efforts to stop the Israeli war on Gaza and increase humanitarian aid while ensuring its uninterrupted delivery. His Majesty warned of the dangerous escalation in the West Bank, including extremist settler attacks on Palestinians and violations of Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. Turning to the situation in Lebanon, the King called for ensuring the success of the ceasefire. The call also covered relations between Jordan and Germany and means of enhancing cooperation across various fields. In a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Aqaba, His Majesty the King stressed that ending the Israeli war on Gaza is the crucial first step towards achieving lasting regional calm. The King emphasized the urgent need for international action to bring the conflict to an end and pave the way for peace. The discussion also focused on strengthening humanitarian efforts in Gaza. Turning to Syria, King Abdullah reaffirmed Jordan's respect for the Syrian people's choices and stressed the importance of protecting Syria's security and its citizens. On the West Bank, His Majesty warned of the serious consequences of unilateral Israeli actions and continued violations of holy sites in Jerusalem. The King reiterated that the two-state solution remains the only path to a just and lasting peace, underscoring the vital role of the United States in restoring stability to the region. Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi also met with his U.S. counterpart Antony Blinken to follow up on discussions previously held between His Majesty and Blinken in Aqaba. The talks focused on efforts to secure a permanent ceasefire to end the Israeli war on Gaza, and the latest developments in Syria as well. The discussions also addressed supporting a transitional process in Syria that ensures the country's unity, sovereignty, and the safety of its citizens. Safadi condemned Israel's occupation of a Syrian land and called for its immediate withdrawal. Syria's new interim Prime Minister Mohammed al-Bashir said he aimed to bring back millions of Syrian refugees, protect all citizens, and provide basic services. He told an Italian newspaper that rebuilding would be difficult because the country lacked foreign currency. Meanwhile, Syrian opposition leader Ahmed al-Shara said he would dissolve the security forces of the former regime and close its prisons. Shara also said that people who took part in the torture or killing of detainees would be hunted down, and pardons were out of the question. In the Gaza Strip, Israeli occupation forces committed 3 massacres, killing 30 Palestinians and injuring 99 others in the past 24 hours. Israel has been waging a brutal aggression on Gaza since October of last year, killing more than 44,835 Palestinians and injuring 106,356 others. The Israeli army killed 2 Palestinian civilians this morning in 2 separate incidents in the northern occupied West Bank. The Palestinian Red Crescent Society said its medical teams treated a Palestinian who was shot by Israeli forces in the Balata refugee camp, eastern Nablus city, but was later pronounced dead. In another incident, the Israeli army opened fire on a Palestinian car in the city of Qalqilia, killing at least 1 Palestinian. Earlier, a suspected Palestinian shooting attack on an Israeli bus in Bethlehem killed 1 Israeli settler and wounded 4 others. That was the news. Thank you for watching. Good night.